video is starting, it says. You're live now. That's gonna suck. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be right. Well, I can always get it back in the... Alright guys, I already know I messed up this week, so apparently whenever you throw your website or your Facebook site up, that you have to have 60 days on Facebook as well as have 100 followers. Well, I'm about 60 followers and I'm like maybe a week along on my Facebook site, so we'll have to host it over here on the main site my wife and I have here on Facebook. So I posted a link, or I posted my post over there on the Practical Financial Solutions Facebook account. I don't know how many people are going to see it and everything, so we'll go ahead and get started. And if you guys want to follow up, and if you're unable to make it tonight, we'll definitely get this back on here for a post for you to review at a later date. So my name is Shane Philibert. I am a financial coach, and I wanted to bring to you guys tonight this budgeting workshop. The workshop itself is basically to provide you the foundational principles as well as techniques to help you start winning with your finances. So that's really hard to see. I need to get that bigger. I'll bring you up here. All right. So for those of you that have any questions or anything tonight, oh, that's really crooked. So there is my email, and I'll bring you guys back up close. So there is my email if you want to jot that down for any questions or different things along the way, as far as the financial coaching deal, about the workshop, different things like that, or possible opportunities. Towards the end, I'll offer up some different things for you and to be able to take advantage of, guys. So as far as the overall overview tonight, we'll be working on what are income and expenses, how to create a budget, kind of get you some basics there, working through your financial goals as far as starting to set those, how you're able to stick to your budget. Sometimes it could be a struggle. We'll work through some question and answers. If you don't have any of those, we'll move on to talking about financial coaching, and then we'll offer some brief words of encouragement tonight as well, guys. So first off, what is income and what is an expense? So income is anything you got that is coming in that is a positive. So for instance, child support, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly paychecks, commissions, bonuses, anything of the like. So what is an expense? So anything you spend money on. So light bill, house payment, gas, water, those things. So we kind of divulge that. So to start your budget, you need to start off with listing out all of your income on a sheet of paper, and then take another sheet of paper, list out all of your expenses. So your expenses would be over a 30-day period. So our most recent month we just completed would be July. So go back in July, grab your credit card statements, grab your bank statements, all those various statements that you're spending money on every month, and start writing all that information out. So what is the list of expenses? What is the list of income? Take those two, subtract them out, find out if you have any money left or if you're overspending. So you're having a deficit, so you're spending too much money, you're not having enough income to cover how much money you're spending. So it makes sense as to why you're living paycheck to paycheck, or got paid on Friday, here it is Wednesday, you have no money, and you're wondering how you're going to get gas to fill the car, so you're going to work for the next 2 days. So different things like that. And then, or if you have a surplus, if you got extra money, that you might not realize that you got going on. So the extra money might be going somewhere else. You might be divulging that money in another portion, possibly an expense. Or if you stuffing it in your sock drawer or putting it in the safe, whatever you're doing with that. So once you get that listed out and everything, you want to start working on the budget portion now. So the budget portion starts off with the four walls. So what is the four walls? Starts off with food. Second wall would be utilities. Third wall would be your shelter. Fourth wall is transportation. So you want to divulge all the information that goes with those various components and write those down as your four walls and your basic start off for the budget. So for food example, base rate on a monthly basis per person, about $250 on average. I just kind of grabbed a number. There was several different sites I was looking at. There's a wide variety of numbers, but base rate about $250 per person per household. So if you had four people in your household, $1,000, what you start off with on a food budget, and that's what you want to shoot for. That's what we're going for. So here it is, August. That's what we'd be shooting for in August to spend on our food to try to start reining back, on the expenses that we're putting out. So as far as utilities, the gas, the water, the trash, electric. I forgot the telephone on there. You might need the internet, at the house. If you're working at the house, you're a student, various things. You might need the internet. And then shelter, things that go into the house or your apartment or your home, your apartment, your condo, your house, that payment. You got to make a payment. Unless your house is paid off, you got to make that payment. You got to pay the insurance. What if the house burns down? You got to have something to compensate for that. HOA dues, the various things that might go into needing to pay the house so you can shore up that wall. Final wall, transportation. Got to pay the car payment. Got to have gas in the car if it's a gas car. Insurance. Got to pay the insurance. You hit somebody, something happens. Got to have that coverage, or else you're liable. Other things going to happen. And then maintenance on the car. Don't forget the maintenance. You got to change the oil. You got to get tires on that thing. If it's going to break down, you got to save up for these various things. You got to shore up those four walls. And then from there, once you figure out your four walls, you can build out from there. So as far as the budget goes, excuse me, guys. So next, we start looking at our financial goals. So what is a financial goal? A financial goal, for instance, could be to save up for the emergency fund. Just get that money out there to save up for that emergency fund. So there's three types of goals. First one is short term. Second one is long term, second one is intermediate, and the third is long term. So short term, within a year. So within a year, saving up, or within a year getting that goal accomplished. So intermediate, within a year to 5 years. So within that time frame, getting that goal accomplished, and then long term, 5 to 10. So getting that goal accomplished. So for certain guys, that's where you need to start with as far as your goals. The biggest thing about the goals is it has to reach 5 requirements. So it has to be specific, has to be measurable, has to be achievable, needs to be relevant to your finances, and then it needs to have a time limit, guys. So, for instance, saving $500 for my emergency fund in 6 months. So it's specific, it's relevant, or it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and we got a time limit. So we're meeting all 5 of the SMART goal. Tips for sticking with your budget. So sticking with it. Automate things. Automate the payments coming out. The things that aren't going to change. You got your house payment, insurance, different things like that. Some of that stuff's going to fluctuate. So house payment, it's typically not going to fluctuate. We have an electric bill. We got it on a base rate electric bill, or not a base rate. They call it an average pay or something like that. So they've calculated it out over the 12 months. This is what we pay. It's something you can automate. Automate your savings. If you have a savings, set that money aside automatically. It's not an account for you to spend. Use cash. Everybody hates that word, cash. We're just mindlessly swiping our card. I've done it. Been there. So you got to make it hurt. So use that cash. Set the cash back. The biggest thing about the cash is you set that cash back, and then you incur an expense, and you got that cash to cover the expense. So, for instance, with us, we set the money back in like an envelope system. We have like a little divider. It's like an accordion folder, but it's like really small, so it fits cash perfect. So we have our expenses, earmarked in there on what those expenses are. We've got the emergency fund. We've got the insurance that we only pay out annually or biannually or monthly or whichever. We've got the various different other components of our budget that are saved back on a monthly basis. We set that money back. Taxes taxes is a big one. I mean, Uncle Sam's got to have his taxes. And then, tags, different things like that you don't pay on a monthly basis. Use something you want to save up for. So use cash. You set that back, and then when it comes time for the expense, you pull the cash out, and you go put it back in the bank. And then you write the check. Or you take the cash down and hand it to the folks. They look at you weird. Who carries cash anymore, right? It's time to be weird. And then regularly go back and review the budget. Regularly. The budget is going to be painful. It's not meant to hurt you. It's meant to help you. But it's going to be painful. If you have a spouse, you're going to have to come to terms and agreements on the various components of the budget, how you're going to spend your money, those different things. It's going to hurt. I mean, you're both going to shed some tears over this. I remember 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whenever we started this, it was painful. It was very painful. Are we experts now? Well, I wouldn't call us experts. Well-versed. We've been around the block a couple times. So we've learned how to do it, over time. So regularly review that budget. Not weekly, monthly for sure. If things are evolving, especially when you first start cranking this thing out, it's a living, breathing thing. It's going to happen. Things are going to be more expensive. Things are going to be less expensive. You just need to fluctuate that just to make sure you're still living within your means and still living within the budget. Anybody have any questions tonight? See anything in the chat tonight? So the biggest thing, guys, is I'll point this out again, just for anybody that does have questions. Budgeting, finances is personal. So I just want to offer you my email address up there. You guys can jot that down real quick if you can get the glare off the lights. So financing is a struggle. We see the uncertainties of today. We see all the uncertainties going on around us with our finances. We see all those folks that I don't know, it seems like they're partying it up. I look at my wife and I'm like, how are they affording to go to Disney World for the third time in the past couple months, If that's the way they choose to spend their money, that's the way they're going to choose to spend their money. But, I don't want to be jealous over it or anything like that. So, but you want to win overall. This is not I don't want to say it's not a lifetime endeavor, but definitely you've got to apply these principles if you're going to win at your finances. So one of the biggest things that we talk about with the goal setting is, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to cause yourself this pain? Why do you want to cause yourself this hurt to be able to, win at finance at your financing? What is your why? Do you want to send the kids to college? Do you want to retire with dignity someday? Is there a possibility that you want to go on a fancy trip one day? Maybe go tour Italy or something like that. What is your why? Can you make it a possibility? Different things like that. It's possible, guys. I mean, anything's possible. So, you've got to determine your why. I mean, as a financial coach, I can't determine your why because you're the one that's going to be enduring this pain. You're the one that's going to gather that understanding and I'll just help. I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm digging at the scab or anything like that, but help you remind you that this is why you're doing this, and this is why you want to win with your finances. Because it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be all these various things and various components that are going to go into this, and you're just going to be like, I can't do it anymore. And you're just like, well, this is what you told me that you was wanting to do this for. I mean, is that still your why, or is there a bigger why that you want to look into the possibility to challenge you on a daily basis to continue to want to win at your finances? That's the financial coach's job. So, as a financial coach, I can help you set some goals, help you manage the debt, help you, get that detailed budget, help you save effectively, help you plan for your future, guys. That's the point of the financial coach. Coming in, I'm not wearing a cape. I'm not the superhero of the story. That's your job. You're the one that's here. That you're going to be the hero to your story. I'm just there to help you along the way. I mean, I can help you hold the compass and I can help you hold the flashlight, but you're the one that's going to have to ultimately endure the pain. So as a financial coach, I can help you win with that. I can help you do that. That's a possibility. Is there a fee? Yes, there is. And we can discuss that. We can talk about it. It's a per session fee, but it's an opportunity for you guys to change your lives. That's what I'm offering. It's not the money. It's an opportunity to change your lives. So on that note, encouragement, guys. This is challenging. It's going to hurt. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, if you've been living financially unstable, the challenges that you're now going to face with the budget and the different things that, it kind of not necessarily forces you to do, but it implies and it wants you to do. I mean, you can overrun the budget. I mean, if you continue to do that, though, I mean, you're not going to be able to really win at finances. So, take the first steps in starting to win with your finances and help shore up your financial abilities, guys. With the right tools and the right support, you can achieve your financial goals and you can start improving your quality of life. It's a possibility. As far as the different opportunities that we discussed about at the beginning, there is some budgeting worksheets. They're like a PDF doc that you can fill them in with all your different numbers and stuff like that, to help you start winning with finances. There's also an application as well, but there's also a SMART Goals worksheet as well that I have that I can offer up if you guys would like that. Grab the email address and email me and let me know. But also the application that I was talking about it's called Every Dollar. So
It's through Ramsey Solutions. I don't know if you, for those of you that know Dave Ramsey or not, or have heard of Dave Ramsey, but every dollar is an app that he offers. It's for free to be able to utilize for you to start winning with your finances to get a budget set up. So it's pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys would ever want to check that out, but it's just every dollar spelled like it says. But he does talk about baby steps. So this would be some of your financial goals that you can start applying. So baby step 1, $1,000 emergency fund. Baby step 2, get your debts paid off. Step 3, 3 to 6 months expenses. Step 4, invest 15% for that retirement. Step 5, save for the kids' college fund. Step 6, pay for that house. And step 7, build wealth and give, guys. You know, all those are possibilities. I'll be honest with you. It feels like we're just kind of hanging out in step 2, and we have been for years, but we had a large financial burden. So it takes time, but we like to build a bigger shell around here when it comes to the income. So that's what I'm doing here today, guys. I'm building a bigger shovel, building those prospects. So definitely, guys, if this is something that you would like to look into as far as the financial coaching and budgeting workshop and different things like that, I'll be doing this every Saturday at 9 o'clock. That is the plan, unless we're out of town or different things like that. So look for us next week. I'm starting to figure everything out, so we'll have to continue on with my wife and I's Facebook and until the Practical Financial Solutions site gets its 60 days of blessing and its 100 members subscribed and everything. So once that all occurs, we'll be able to get you guys a over there on that site, but I'll get the promotions out and everything to you guys for sure. And if you guys would like to definitely get back with me, I'll give you my email address one more time before we close out for the evening. And I greatly appreciate you guys stepping in tonight and listening to me, and I hope that you guys can start winning with your finances, because it is a possibility. You know, changes for the better for your financials is a possibility. So definitely, if you want to take advantage of the financial coaching as well, you can message me as well on the email, and